Good morning, Year 3. Welcome to our next lesson. To start off, I want you to go practice telling the time. So this is something you could do throughout the day. Practice telling it on an analog clock with hands, not just on a digital. A good game to practice on is this one here. Okay, so you won't be able to click on the link, but I will put it into the assignment so you can see it. Right, and it will give you a screen like this, okay, as you can see on the picture. So you can find it either following the link that I put in, or if you Google top marks telling the time, this is one of the top options on the list of games that comes up, and you can choose if you want to practice to the nearest hour, half past, quarter past, quarter to, nearest 5 minutes, or even the nearest minute if you're feeling really confident in the time, and it's how many you can answer in a minute. Okay, so it is really important that you're practicing to tell the time as much as you can. It is an objective we do cover every year at school, but it is easier if you practice it as much as you can at home as well. Okay, so give that a go and come back and carry on with the video when you're ready, or do the video and have a go at the game later. Right, so today we are going to be interpreting pictograms. You need to be able to set out pictograms accurately, like you were doing yesterday, and answer questions about a pictogram. So not just be able to put the information in yourself, can you find information from a pictogram that you're shown? Right, so to start us off, have a go at these 3 questions. So what does the tally represent? Draw a tally for 8 and 16, and then if the circle represents 10, what is shown in A, B, C and D? So pause, give these a go, and we'll go through them together. Okay, so how many does each tally have? We've got 5, 6, 7 there, and then counting in 5s again, we've got 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. Okay, and then tallies for 8, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going across, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then 16, we have our first 5 with the line going across. We need another 5 with our line going across, and a third one because 15, that gives us 15, and then one more to make 16. Okay, if the circle represents 10, what is represented by A? So 10, 20. Then B, 10, 20, 30, 40. C is only half a circle. Think back to yesterday, what would half be? So that is only 5. Then we've got 10, 20 and a half on there. So 20 and 5, 25. Well done if you got all of those. Right, let's move on to our next bit. Okay, so we have got a pictogram showing how many dogs I saw on each day. Okay, so each picture of the little dog represents 10. So have a look at the pictogram, and it says the first question I want you to find the answer to is how many dogs were seen on Wednesday? Okay, so look across at Wednesday and count. Remember, they go in 10, so you can cross them out if it helps you. So 10, 20, 30. So 3 dogs, but each one is worth 10. 3 times 10, so it's 30, not 3. How many dogs were seen on Thursday? So have a look in the Thursday column. Oh, unfortunately, we've only got part of a dog on that one, so what would it be worth? Okay, so we have 10 and a half of that one, so 5. Okay, so 10 and a half, we wouldn't write it like that. What is half of 10? 10 plus 5 is 15. Okay, so if you put 10 and a half, wouldn't be right. We need the number. Okay, so using the same information, I want to know how many more dogs were seen on Wednesday than Tuesday. So we can ignore the other days. We're going to have a look at just these 2 days here. Okay, and we want to see how many more were seen. Okay, so she says she's going to do a subtraction to find the difference, whereas her friend says that she knows an easier way to do it. So let's have a look at both ways they do, and you can work out which method you find easiest to use. Okay, so we've done it, so it's just the Tuesday and Wednesday now, so you can see it nice and clearly. Remember that each picture of a dog is worth 10. Okay, so we have got 3 dogs on Wednesday, which is 30, And then we've got one picture of a dog on Tuesday, which is worth 10. Okay, so she said she was going to use subtraction, so she's done 30, take away 10 equals 20. Okay, but is there an easier way to find that difference just by looking at the pictogram to compare? Okay, so look at the Tuesday and Wednesday section. We've put a line here so that we can see these two, they're the same value, aren't they? So we don't need to worry about those. We're looking at how many more. So we just want to look at these ones that are extra. Okay, so straight away we can see there are two pictures of dogs. Two pictures of dogs is worth 20. So we didn't need to do a subtraction. We could do it just by looking. Okay. Right, let's have a look at this football one then. First of all, tell me, how much is each picture of a football worth? Look at the key. So it's here, and it has the picture of a football, and it tells us one picture of a football is equal to 2 goals. Okay, so have a little look at the pictogram. What information can you find? Okay, it might be how many goals were scored altogether, how many more did one person score than someone else. Have a look, see what you can find. Press play when you've found at least 2 facts. Right, okay, let's have a look at some of the facts we could have found them. So we know that each football is worth 2 goals. So she has said, I scored 6, and that is the most goals. So we can have a look at Rosie's. We've got 2, 4, 6. Okay, so she did score 6 there, and you can look, if we do a little line down here, it's a wobbly line, it is the most because it's the only one going out, or it goes the furthest on the pictogram. You can see the others are all behind that line, so she did score the most. Okay, Jack scored 1 goal, so Jack is here, and there is half a football. Half of 2 equals 1, so he scored 1 goal. Mo scored 2 more goals than Whitney. Okay, I'm going to just change to a different colour so we can see it. So we have Mo here, and we have Whitney here. Okay, oh, that went a long way, didn't it? And it's 2 more goals. So if we draw another line going up, okay, so Whitney scored 2, 3, and Mo scored 2, 4, 5, and we can see that there's a 1 and a 1 there, so he did score 2 more. And then 19 goals were scored altogether, so if you added up all of those, you'd get to 19. Right. We've got a scorecard here from a game, so each smiley face is worth how many points? Well done if you spotted that it's worth 5. So we've got game 1 and game 2, and Ron and Amar are playing each other. Okay, so have a go, pause the video and answer these 3 questions. How many points did Ron score overall? Think about what that might mean. Who scored the most points overall? Okay, and which game were most points scored? So pause the video and answer those 3 questions. Okay, so let's look at, we've got game 1 and game 2, and we're going to focus on Ron first of all. Okay, so each one is worth 5, so we need to count how many smiley faces Ron has. Okay, so we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, and then into game 2, 25, 30. So Ron scored 30 points overall. Question 2 is who scored the most points overall? So we know that Ron has scored 30 points, so we don't need to work that out again. We can use the information we've already got, but we do need to work out how much Amar has scored. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 points. So who scored more, Ron or Amar? Well done if you said Amar. And the last one is in which game were most points scored. So you need to add up Ron and Amar in game 1 and Ron and Amar in game 2. Okay, so give those a go. It's a lot easier to draw on a board when you've got a pen rather than a mouse. Okay, so game 1 had the most points because it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and this one is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so well done if you answered all three of those questions. So as you go into today's task, a few things to remember. Look at the key first. What is each picture worth? Because it will be different between the different activities and different questions. Okay, so it will change, so make sure you are looking at it carefully. What information can the pictogram give you? Because again, it will be different each time. And the last one, most important, read the question carefully. Is it asking you to add them all together? Is it asking you just to compare two different ones? Okay, so there may be different things it's asking you to do, so read each question really carefully. Okay, I know you'll do absolutely fine at this, so I look forward to seeing your work.